Hello everyone. So today I'm going to be taking you through the Hazmat review process and making sure that your product gets classified straight away quickly so that you can actually convert your product to an FBA item and start sending your goods to Amazon's warehouses and get selling through the FBA process, right? Now, if you start selling on Amazon UK, quite often you're going to be asked to go through the Hazmat review process, right? Especially if you're selling an electronic item. Now, if you want to sell on Amazon FBA, once you've decided on the product that you want to sell and you've created the listing for that product, when you create an Amazon FBA shipping and try to send your stock to Amazon's warehouses, you're going to be asked to complete a Hazmat review for your product, right? That's probably why most of you are here watching this video. Now, by the way, if you do want my free guide on how to get started selling on Amazon UK for beginners and find a profitable product that's going to take you all the way to £10,000 per month to sell on Amazon FBA, then just click on the link below and I'll send you over my complete free guide to do that. Right? So Hazmat reviews sound really scary and complicated, right? But they're actually really, really simple, and you can complete and submit your Hazmat review in under 5 minutes, right? 99% of Hazmat reviews are for battery-powered or rechargeable products. So that is a topic that we're going to be focusing on here. And it's where I've got the most experience as well, right? So the first thing to note is that most battery-powered products will use either AA or AAA batteries, right? If not, you'll just need to make note of what battery the product is actually powered with, because some really small products will use like those flat disk-type batteries, right? So for rechargeable products, 90% of those products will be using what's called an 18650 battery, right? And that is going to be either the 18650 battery or simply a lithium-ion battery, right? So generally, you're going to be using 90% of the time an 18650 battery, and if it's not one of those, it's going to be a lithium-ion battery, right? So 18650 batteries, are the most common batteries found in large vapes, power banks, solar-powered products, as well as loads of other rechargeable products in general, right? So to clear your Amazon product through Hazmat, you're going to want to log into Amazon Seller Central, right? Just like I've done here. And to get to this page here, to actually upload your Hazmat review documents, what you're going to do, in the search bar at the top here, where you're going to be able to see as soon as you log in as well, you are going to type in Hazmat, right? So right here in this top search bar, you can type in Hazmat, right? And then you're going to press Enter. Now, what you're going to do is look at the results and click on the FBA Dangerous Goods Program, in brackets Hazmat, right? Then you're going to click on that. And in this yellow box down here, you're going to click Manage Dangerous Goods Classification. And that is going to take you right here where we already are, right? These ASINs, by the way, are for ASINs that I've actually discontinued a long, long time ago. They're still showing on this dashboard here. But it makes a really good example, actually, right? So once you're here, on the right-hand side of the page, what you want to do is click on download the exemption sheet for battery and battery-powered products, right? Just here. And you want to make sure that the language is correct, probably English for the most part. And you're going to click download the exemption sheet for battery and battery-powered products, right? So you're just going to click that. Now, as you can see, that's downloaded there. And we are going to actually open that up, and it's going to be an Excel sheet, right? So let me just double-click that and open this up. Let's give it a moment. And here we go. We've got the Hazmat exemption sheet in front of you, right? Now, this is the only fiddly bit of the whole process, if I'm honest, right? So I'm going to fill out this sheet with you here watching this so you can understand how to fill it out for yourself. And I'm going to do this for 2 sheets so that you can see how to do this for a battery power product as well as a rechargeable product, right? Because a lot of them will use the same components. So here's a really, really good hack for you guys, by the way. If you're unsure about any of the inputs for the battery information, just ask ChatGPT, right? And it's going to be able to give you a really, really accurate answer. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do this in this example as well, right? So let's fill this out together. So what you'll notice in the beginning is it's going to ask for your name, right? The date will already be pre-filled depending on the date that you've actually, downloaded this sheet. So by the way, first thing you want to do, enable editing, because you're not going to be able to input anything until you've done that. Now, first thing you're going to have to put in is, of course, your name, because that is how you're signing this sheet, right? So here in the name, I'm going to put Neelan, and in my last name is going to be Mayani, right? Now here, you're going to actually paste in your ASIN, right? So let's say, for example, this was your ASIN. You're going to paste in this ASIN. So literally copy, and you are going to paste it in here, right? Obviously, if that's not the same size, whoops, you're going to get that box a few times. So click on that box and just click on the text part here and paste it into the cell. Right? Then you're going to do the exact same thing with the product title, right? Now, of course, that's not showing here, but for any product, essentially, you're just going to open up your product page and just copy in the entire product title for that particular ASIN, right? So, as I say, your general product title. So let's just literally go to amazon.co.uk, well, this is actually .com, but it doesn't matter. Literally, we're going to open up any random product. So if you were doing it for this product here, you would literally put in this ASIN, that'd be your ASIN, and then where it says product title here, you would highlight this title, copy it, and then paste it into this product title box here. Right? So you literally just paste it in there. Now, of course, this isn't going to be a real sheet, so don't worry about why this is going to be accurate, because I've just pasted in a different ASIN here. In fact, just to keep this simple, why don't we put in the same ASIN, right? Just to keep this nice and simple for you. So just replace that with the correct ASIN. Right? So now the ASIN and the product title are actually going to be in line. Now, what's in the box? You are going to input a list of all of the components and products, parts of the product that you're going to be including in the box, right? So let's say, for example, it was, a Let's say, I mean, what is this? Let's say scrubber, right? Scrubbing brush. Let's say 4 times spare heads. And let's say a carry case, right? I'm making this up a little bit just to give you a good example. Now here, you're going to be asked, are batteries sold with the product or is the product a battery, right? Now, most products that are battery powered, so if it's actually being sold, powered by, let's say, AA or AAA batteries, normally I'm assuming most of you are not going to be providing those batteries with the product, right? If that is the case, you're going to click no, right? And then, so let's say, for example, this was a product that was powered by AA batteries, and you're selling this product on its own, batteries are not included, right? So this is how you would actually fill out that hazmat review form, right? So you type in your name as a signature, you're going to put in your ASIN, then you're going to type in your ASIN title, you're going to write in what's included in the box, and where they ask, are batteries included with the product, you're going to say no, right? Now, as soon as you do that, automatically the rest of the sheet is going to be blanked out, right? And now what you're going to do here is save this sheet and upload the sheet back to this page here. Right? So you're going to click upload document, and then you're going to upload this document here. Right? Now, let's say we're going to actually undo all of this. Let's say that actually this product does have a battery. Right? This is going to be a rechargeable product. So let's say, for example, this is a rechargeable cleaning scrubber. Right? What you're going to do here is you're going to select yes, right? Because this product is sold with a battery, because it contains a rechargeable battery within the product. Right? That's how it is rechargeable. So any rechargeable product contains a rechargeable battery in it. Right? So what you're going to be asked next is the chemical composition or the cell type of the battery. Now, if you were listening earlier, what I said was 90% of all rechargeable electronic products are going to be an 18650 battery, right? So what you're going to do here is go down to, or scroll around, and you're going to find 18650, right? Now, you're going to be asked the battery packing. Again, most of the time for any electronic product, in fact, I would say for 99% of rechargeable products, the battery is going to be within the equipment, right? So it's going to be inside the product. For example, when you buy a power bank, you don't take a battery and put it inside the power bank. Most of the time, the battery comes inside the power bank already assembled for you to just start using straight away, right? So for most electronic items, the battery is going to be packed in the equipment, right? Because it's already assembled. The number of cells, you want to know how many batteries, how many 18650 batteries are contained within that piece of equipment. For most low-powered electronics, it's going to be either 1 or 2, right? So in this situation, we're going to put single cell. I'm also going to show you what's going to happen when you put in multiple cells too, right? So now, how are we going to figure out the recipes? Firstly, one thing to note about an 18650 battery, and 99.9% of batteries that you're going to be using in small, relatively low-powered domestic products, none of them are going to be spillable, right? Normally, car batteries and vehicle batteries and big, large batteries are spillable, right? Not yours. You are going to be using small, rechargeable batteries, which are not going to be spillable. Amazon already knows this, so under spillability, it's actually blocked out that cell, right? So we've already input that you've got an 18650 battery and there's only one cell. So how are you going to know what is the watt hours of that battery? I mean, I don't even know what that means, but it doesn't really matter. What you're going to do is open up ChatGPT here, and you're going to type in watt hours per battery for 18650 rechargeable batteries, right? And then you're going to press enter. As you open this up, it's going to give you a little explanation of how it's calculated and whatnot. And down near the bottom, you're going to see a little summary. So no matter what your capacity is, you're going to see that your watt hours is between 7.4 and 12.6. Okay, so under watt hours, we can see there are two signs here, right? Either watt hours are, less than or equal to 20, or more than 20. Right? So are the watt hours less than 20 or more than 20? As you can see here, since the watt hours tend to be between 7.4 and 12.6, either way, the watt hours are going to be less than 20, right? So now your sheet is complete, right? Anytime you've input all of the, anytime all of the inputs are actually completed to a standard that is okay to upload, your detail validation status is going to change to complete, right? As soon as something is missing, it will change to incomplete, right? So once everything's filled in, that spillability will be blacked out. As I say, 18650 batteries are not spillable. Only very large batteries are going to be spillable, which most of you are not going to be using. And so that is complete, right? Now, let's say you had a product which had more than one battery cell, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to select, let's go back. And instead of single cell, you're going to select multiple cells, right? So let's say you have 2, even 3 batteries. What you want to do is just understand how many batteries your product actually has, right? So when I say how many batteries, let's say you've got 3 batteries and you want to understand what the capacity is, right? Because the capacity is going to affect the watt hours, right? Now, let's say for most of the situations, if you have three 18650 batteries, you know your watt hours are going to be more than 20. But when you've got multiple cells, as you can see here, the watt hours option changes, right? So is this less than 100, between 100 and 300 watt hours, or more than 300 watt hours, right? Now, in all of these situations, when you're using 18650 batteries, unless you're using absolutely loads of them, for the most part, this is going to be the answer, right? Your watt hours is going to be less than 100, right? Now, as I say, as you can see from what we've done here, you don't really need to know what watt hours means. All you need to know is when you type that into ChatGPT, how to figure that out, right? That is all you're looking to do. So you're literally going to times this number, whichever one is correct, so whichever the capacity is. If you don't know the capacity of your battery, just take the highest as an example. And you're just going to times that number by the number of batteries you've got, and that is going to be your watt hours, right? And as I say, in all of those situations, almost every time, unless you've got, as I say, like 8 batteries, those watt hours are going to be less than 100 watt hours, right? And once you've filled that in, your status is going to be complete, right? So what you're going to do here is now save this as your ASIN number, right? Just to keep this simple. So for example, let's say this was your ASIN. What you're going to do is copy this ASIN, and you're literally going to go here, save as, and then once you've saved that, you're just going to save it as your ASIN name, right? Now, once you've saved that, what you're going to do here is you're going to go back to this dangerous goods classification page that you opened earlier. You're going to click upload document. You're going to type in your ASIN number again. You're going to upload that correct file that we just named with this same ASIN number. You're going to specify the document language, which is going to be English, and then you're just going to click upload. And that is all you need to do, right? That's really, really nice and simple. Now, a quick word of advice on this, and what I do myself and what I teach people how to do from start to finish is take you from a blank slate to start selling on Amazon UK for beginners, and how to find a profitable product that's going to take you all the way to £10,000 per month to sell on Amazon FBA. So I help you find that first product to sell, make sure it's in demand, of good quality and unique niche, find a reliable supplier, create a brand, list that product, optimize that listing, and advertise your product to scale you all the way to £10,000 per month in sales on Amazon FBA, right? This business model is called Amazon Private Label. I'm sure most of you already know that, because you're doing your Hazmat exemption for your private label, so your Hazmat review for your private label product. So on that note, if you are doing private label, whatever you sell, make sure to buy a really small amount first to avoid losing money if it doesn't go well, right? You won't make money on that small batch first, because that's not the point. You want to make sure they can sell and small volumes such as 20 before buying bigger volumes and committing more money, right? Because if you can't sell 20 units, how in the hell are you going to sell 1,000 units, right? So there are some people who say this doesn't work and it's old, but the market continues to grow every single year. While more sellers do join, 99.9% of those sellers fail, because most of them sell the exact same kind of obvious products, things like iPhone charging cables, smartphone cases, yoga mats, water bottles, reed diffusers, selfie sticks, the kinds of things everyone thinks of at first. You want to think a bit further outside the box now, because this has been amazingly successful for myself and my students, because we look for unique ideas that most people are simply overlooking, right? That's where the money is. And the best bit is, if you set things up correctly to start with, it's very passive to maintain. It's like your very own personal money machine. So if you want to learn some free tips that I've learned over the last 10 years and selling millions of pounds worth of product on Amazon, just click on that link below to learn more for free, right? So if you do have any questions at all, or get stuck with anything, or something doesn't make sense, just simply reply to those notes that I email you, and I'll be able to get back to you and help you with whatever you need. So the exact same thing goes for those free tips too. So just click on that link below and get my notes on this process and my free tips, and reply to either of those emails if you do have any questions at all, and I'll be happy to clarify your understanding of anything that doesn't make sense. So that is absolutely everything today. As I say, it's pretty much a step-by-step guide on how to get through the Hazmat review process and get accepted the first time, right? Of course, when it comes to selling on Amazon, there is a lot more to it than that. And as I promised, there'll be a lot more videos to come to help break that down for you to understand easily in more detail. So if you do like this video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and like this video so you don't miss out on those free guides. So you don't just save more money getting started selling on Amazon, but you also learn to make more money selling on Amazon too. If you do have any comments or suggestions, please drop them down below, and I'll be replying to all of those as well. I hope this has been really useful for you guys. Reply to my notes or guides if you do get stuck. Thank you guys so much for watching today. Happy selling, and I'll see you in the jungle.